Hello again, everyone. This is Chapter 4 of the Good Omens fan fiction, Ineffable Nights. And this chapter is called War. 2 months later. Crow! Crow, where are you? Crow jerked Dagon's reins, spinning the huge horse around violently, his golden eyes wide with surprise and outrage. Angel, what have I told you about coming into this forest? I was coming by later, but I do have a job to do. As he reined in his mare, and she reared high before settling her hooves back on the earth, clearly agitated. By the state Azzy was in, it was no wonder the mare felt nervous. His eyes were like those of a hunted animal, and panic rolled off of him in waves. It's not about that, he cried out, his voice tight. Crow, I just got word via messenger. The King of Celestia has declared war against the fallen. Crow's irritated expression dissolved into one of horror. Oh, bloody hells. Bloody is right. I just know Gabriel's talked him into this. Crow, what will we do? I've been told to prepare and join in and march on the cursed forest and the kingdom of the fallen within the month. Azzy's voice was shrill with emotion. Crow, I can't do this. All right, calm down, Azzy, and lower your voice. Let's get you out of here before a troll or something even worse figures out there's a celestial in here alone. I'm not alone, Crow. I'm with you. Azzy ignored Crow's request. And you don't seem to understand. My people want to march on yours and wipe you out, and they want me to be a part of it. Oh, I understand it, Angel, but look, this isn't the place to discuss it. Come on, my place is close. We've got to get you out of sight. Crow led the way with his big black stallion through the trees that grew gradually more twisted and sinister as they rode on. Azzy shuddered as the forest grew more decayed-looking, more dark, with draping moss and creeping vines and wicked-looking thorns everywhere. The post Crow led him to was gray, weathered, and looked as if a stiff breeze would send it toppling to the ground. Get inside, Angel. I'll put your mare in Dagon's shed so she won't be spotted. Dagon will be fine tied out here to the hitching post. Not much tries to eat a demonic horse, but yours. He shook his head as they dismounted. Too many things here would enjoy ripping your mare apart, Angel. Beautiful things don't fare well here. That's why I've tried to keep you out. As he watched Crow lead his mare away toward the rickety shed, with an ugly, barren mud pit of a paddock behind it. No wonder Crow, and likely his horse as well, preferred Azzy's place. He shuddered as he stepped inside Crow's post, and then he cried out softly in dismay. Broken crates functioned as chairs on either side of a rough-looking wooden barrel turned on end to serve as a crude table. A pile of straw and a ragged blanket along the rear wall served as a resting place. Gods above, was that Crow's bed? A centipede scurried across the floor to a cold hearth full of ashes, over which a rusty, broken grate barely supported a terribly dented and tarnished kettle that was in dire need of scrubbing. Oh, Crow, he whispered out loud, horrified by his friend's living conditions. All right, Azzy, plop your ass down and let's come up with a plan to avoid you having to murder me, eh? Azzy jumped as Crow walked in and spoke loudly enough to startle Azzy out of his stupor. Crow, as he scolded, his hand pressed over the chest plate of his armor. "You startled me!" Crow gave him a cool look as he swaggered over and plopped down on a busted crate. "Yeah, well, better than what your lot planned to do to me, wouldn't you say?" "Crow, you know I hate this as much as you do." As he sat down gingerly on the other crate. "You're my best friend. I don't want this war to happen." I know, Angel." Crow's golden eyes softened. "Sadly, you're the only one of your lot that doesn't, I'd wager. And my lot are always down for a good war. The bloodier the better. When our spies inform Lord Beelzer of what the Celestials are planning, it'll make that nasty bastard's year." "Yes, I imagine Headmaster Gabriel felt quite the same," as he scowled. "I can't understand how supposedly civilized beings take joy in the idea of killing one another. It's simply barbaric. And no matter which side wins, everyone suffers." I remember long ago we waged a war on a human village." Crow shuddered at the memory. "Crops all burned, animals slaughtered, wildlife starving, because our army killed all the surrounding trees to make it easier to march en masse. It was awful. Not to mention all the human women and children, Azzy. They were all innocent. They didn't fight. They didn't have anything to do with it. And yet they all suffered and died one way or another." "Exactly. It's dreadful, and it's wrong, and inevitable," Crow said flatly, his fingers drumming on top of the barrel table. And that is the end of the first part of Chapter 4, War.